So today we're going to make a center finder. Quick and easy project. It'll take you no time at all to do. Very handy to have around. So you'll need a piece of scrap wood. This is 3/4 stock, 5 inches by 2 inches. Grab some of those pencil nubbins that you have laying around your shop and a 3/8 inch piece of dowling. And that's pretty much all you need. We're just going to drill a few holes. So with that said, let's get dirty. So if you happen to have a drill bit holder, something like this, go ahead and remove the large side that has all the big bits in it and take them out. And then we're just going to take our pencil and we're going to find out what size this pencil is. So you can simply just slide it in. If you're using the same pencils as me, these are the orange Home Depot pencils. This is a 5/16 inch pencil. Fits perfectly in the 5/16 inch slot. So now we know what drill bit we're going to need to cut the hole for the pencil. So all the work we'll be doing from here on out, we'll be doing over at the drill press. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is we want to get our center point, and we want the center point from end to end and in the middle. So I already have mine marked. I have the center mark right there. And if you've been following my videos, you should remember what this piece is. We made that for the circle cutter for the router. So I'm going to get that clamped down here. Okay, so now that we have that clamped down, we want to drill the hole for the center using the 5/16 inch bit. So now that we have the hole drilled for the pencil and we have that hole drilled all the way through, we're going to want to put a couple of dowlings, and I have mine marked at 1.5 inches from the center hole. So I'm going to put a 3/8 inch hole here and a 3/8 inch hole here. So I need to set up my table. Now in order to do that, I'm going to put the pencil in the 5/16 inch hole. I'm going to press down and I'm just going to go across. So now I have a line on my table and I need to measure 1.5 inches. All right, so now that I have that line, what I want to do is I want to cut just a very small hole, not all the way through, but I'm just going to cut a very small hole into this little table that I made. So I've removed the 5/16 and I'm going to put the 5/16 into my piece of wood and put it down into that hole. So it's basically now a jig for me to set up my next cuts. So I can unclamp the table. Then I want to swap it out and put on the 3/8 inch bit. I'm going to lower the table just a little bit here because I need some clearance to be able to remove this piece and put it on the other way. So now I just got to line up for my next cut. And once I get that lined up, I can clamp the table back down. Okay, so I'm using the drill bit to hold the table in place. Okay, so now that the drill bit has the table in place, I'm going to put my clamps back on because that's exactly where I want it. So now I can release the drill bit, but I only want to drill this hole about 1 inch deep. So I'm going to use the measurement on my drill press to stop at 1 inch. Okay, so now I can remove this, turn it around, and put it back into the hole that I have set up for the 5/16 inch bit, hopefully. All right, so now I can drill the second hole. Okay, so there we go. There's my 3 holes, smooth as butter. So let's head back over and finish this thing up. All right, so we have our 3 holes. I just kind of softened the edges with some sandpaper real quick off camera. So what I want to do next is I want to put a small pilot hole right in the center, right where the pencil goes. So I did that. Now I'm going to put my pencil in until it just protrudes out. And I want to use this 3/4 inch screw, which I wish I had a 1/2 inch screw, but I don't. I have a 3/4 and number 6. And I'm just going to put it down till it has a hold of the pencil. So there we go. That's pretty easy. All right, so I cut a couple 2-inch dowlings. And what I did is I actually cut them. So this is the full-size dowling, and I cut it from each end. So I know that these ends here are perfectly straight. And I just want to put those in our 3/8 inch hole, press it down, and that's it. Okay, we now have a center finder. So now we can give it a quick test just to see if it works. So we just make sure that each piece of the dowel is against the wood, and we run it across just like that. So now we have the center of that piece of wood. So let's measure that just to double check and make sure. So I'm going to put the ruler right on the line for the 2, and you can see that it is just below 1/8 of an inch on each side, which is perfect. We are dead center. And the reason why I didn't measure it from here is because this is actually larger, it's thicker than 3/4. So by putting it right on the 2, I can see that it's just over the 1/8 inch mark there, and it's just over the 1/8 inch mark there. So, I mean, that is perfect. So we have the center of this piece of wood. So that was a quick and easy build for a very useful tool. Now you have a use for all those little nubbin pencils that you have laying around your shop. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe. Hit the bell icon to be notified of new episodes as they become available. If you're new to the woodworking hobby, check out my Woodworking for Beginners video series. It's an 11-part series, step-by-step instructions, and it'll just give you the basics to get you started in woodworking. If you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comment section. I'll get to them as soon as I can. If you'd like to support my channel, I'll put a link in the description to make a donation. Also, feel free to share me on your social media sites. That's also a huge help. So until next time, keep it safe.